This is Part 2, Episode 179. The empty realm was completely silent. Chaotic spatial flow surged, hiding a fatal danger. Swoosh! The deafening sound of rushing wind was suddenly transmitted amid the silence. A large cluster of light surfaced from the darkness in the distance. After which, it arrived with a swift speed. The wild and violent wind it stirred caused even the chaotic spatial flow to be torn apart. Big Sister, the 3 great dragon islands have attacked the Eastern Dragon Island. If they gain our help, they should be able to defeat the Eastern Dragon Island. A black-robed elder beside the leading red-robed woman slowly opened his mouth. His voice was extremely hoarse as a kind of suction force suddenly spread from his mouth. This person was called Kuan Huang. Many of his opponents had been devoured by him after being captured. His ferocious reputation was extremely well known. Many experts would tremble in fear upon hearing his name. There is no need to be in such a hurry. We'll let them fight with each other a little longer. The more deaths the better. The eyes of the red-robed woman flickered as she indifferently spoke. The 3 great dragon islands requesting our help is something really unexpected. The other elder with a somewhat shady face also laughed in a strange manner. He was Ying Huang of the Heaven Demon 3 Phoenix. Once we have finished off the Eastern Dragon Island and obtained the Dragon Phoenix bloodline, it will only be a matter of time before the 3 great dragon islands are eliminated by us. The red-robed woman faintly laughed. She waved her sleeve and was just about to speed up when a sense of danger suddenly rumbled within her heart. Before she could react, wave after wave of extremely powerful Do-Chi pillars suddenly erupted from the chaotic spatial flow. These pillars were extremely sharp. They shot into the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribes group in an instant, causing miserable screeches to erupt. Who are you cowardly beings? You actually dare to ambush our Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe? You are seeking death. The red-robed woman suddenly recovered at this moment. She immediately became furious after seeing the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe suffer severe losses in an instant. Her hand suddenly grabbed at the chaotic spatial flow below. The space at that spot became distorted. A bang sounded as the extremely chaotic spatial flow exploded because of her. Ha ha, if we are cowards, why would we intercept your Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe? A loud laugh suddenly resounded as the chaotic spatial flow suddenly parted. Immediately, a figure rushed out of it. Finally, it appeared in front of the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe. Both of his hands were waved as a monstrous aura spread. Heaven Demon 3 Phoenix. It has been hundreds of years since we have last met. How are you? Who are you? Feng Huang's eyes contained ill intent as they stared at Yao Ming, who had appeared in front of her. She frowned and her eyes immediately turned dark and solemn. Yao Ming, you are still alive. It is actually that old demon? Didn't he lose control while training and died? Kuan Huang and Ying Huang were startled upon hearing Feng Huang's words. Even you 3 old demons have yet to die. Why would I die so easily? Yao Ming laughed. Regardless of the reason for being alive, you are really becoming bolder. Looks like the 9 serene deep-ground python tribe has been too comfortable during these years. Could it be that you really think that you can step over my tribe just because we are ranked at the same level? Feng Huang stared at Yao Ming with a dark and cold expression. Her tone was extremely sinister. Ha ha, the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe is really acting in a grand fashion. A faint laugh was suddenly emitted from behind Yao Ming. The space beside him slightly fluctuated as a figure slowly appeared in front of everyone. Who are you? Feng Huang's expression was slightly different after seeing the human figure appear beside Yao Ming. She could sense that this human figure was actually an advanced 1-star Dosheng. Xiao Yan? Feng Qing'e and Zhu Feng behind involuntarily cried out with shocked faces after Feng Huang's words escaped her mouth. Xiao Yan? You are that main culprit that prevented our Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe from obtaining the Dragon Phoenix origin fruit, Xiao Yan? Feng Huang's expression became completely gloomy after hearing these exclamations. She looked at Xiao Yan, grit her teeth, and asked a question. Looks like I am quite well known within the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe. Xiao Yan smiled. He randomly glanced at Ju Feng and Feng Qing'e. Those two trembled slightly as he did so. It had been 2 years since they had last met. The strength of Feng Qing'e had remained stagnant. It was likely that this was the sequelae from the soar in her strength after changing bones. Ju Feng, on the other hand, had reached the 9th change peak of the Dozum class. There was only a step between him and the Banshan class. Clearly, this future tribal chief of the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe possessed a great talent. Who? Feng Huang inhaled a deep breath of air before slowly exhaling. Her eyes were dark and solemn as they stared at Xiao Yan and Yao Ming's group. From the looks of the situation, it was obvious that they had come with ill intent. Yao Ming, are you seeking to start an all-out war between the 9 Serene Deep Ground Python tribe and the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe? Feng Huang cried out in an icy-cold voice. I have no choice. I have also been invited to help, but instead of helping the 3 Great Dragon Islands, I am helping the Eastern Dragon Island. Yao Ming spread his hands and laughed. He was not an ordinary person. It was impossible for him to be frightened by Feng Huang. Her ferocious reputation did not pose much of a threat to him. You 3, we will not attack if you choose to lead your people and turn around now. Xiao Yan smiled as he gave them a choice. Who do you think you are? You dare to demand that we turn around? Moreover, even if we really return, do you really think that nothing will happen to the Eastern Dragon Island? The 3 Great Dragon Islands have likely already surrounded the Eastern Dragon Island. By the time you hurry over, you might only end up finding a wasteland. That shady-faced Feng Huang spoke in a dark and cold voice. Xiao Yang suddenly clenched his fist under his sleeve after hearing this claim. It was unexpected that the 3 large dragon islands were so anxious. They were already attacking. You should get out of this empty realm now. Otherwise, none of you will be able to leave. Xiao Yang frowned. He ceased saying any unnecessary words to the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe. He lifted his head and threatened them in a calm voice. Feng Qing'e's and Ju Feng's twitched upon hearing Xiao Yang's words. This fellow had become arrogant in the 2 years that they had not met. It should be known that there was a total of 3 Grand Elders on this trip. All of them possessed a genuine Dosheng strength. They were peak existences of this world. Young fellow, your mother was not even born while this elderly self was dominating the Doqi continent. A ferocious glint flashed across Ying Huang's eyes after hearing Xiao Yang's unceremonious words. A monstrous Doqi instantly erupted from his body like a storm. Kill! Feng Huang's face was ice-cold. A voice that was filled with murderous desire was spat from her mouth. Although she could sense that Yao Ming's strength had somewhat surpassed her, there were still 3 elite Doshengs on their side. On the other hand, the other party merely had 2 Doshengs. They held the advantage in this lineup. How could they simply withdraw just because someone told them to? Ha ha, alright, this king shall test whether your Sky Demon 3 Phoenix has improved during these many years. Yao Ming lifted his head and loudly laughed. His body moved as he rushed out. I will fight you myself. Zhu Yi, Kuan Huang, the both of you should deal with that brat. Ying Huang, lead the others to kill off the remaining people. Feng Huang coldly laughed. Her body rushed forward and violently collided with Yao Ming without giving in. Immediately, wave after wave of an energy storm that caused one's heart to tremble began to sweep apart. Just one of you will not be able to block me. 2 of you should fight together. Xiao Yan laughed out loud. His body moved and he appeared in front of Kuan Huang. A golden light surged and his body suddenly swelled. A fist that contained an extermination wind was mercilessly thrown, devouring the world. Kuan Huang's expression changed when he sensed Xiao Yang's powerful attack. He widened his mouth and black vapor surged out. In an instant, it turned into a 1,000-foot-large ferocious mouth that attempted to swallow Xiao Yang's fist. Your appetite is really big. Be careful of being bloated. Xiao Yan coldly laughed after seeing this mouth form. His arm violently shook as the huge black vapor mouth was forcefully shattered. The remaining force poured into Kuan Huang's body. Groan! Kuan Huang let out a soft groan after being struck by Xiao Yan's fist. He staggered back over 100 meters before coming to a halt. His face was a little shocked as he looked at Xiao Yan. They were both advanced one-star doshens, but Xiao Yan's fighting strength was exceptionally powerful. Second brother. Ying Huang, who was planning on dealing with the little fairy doctor's group, was greatly startled after seeing Kuan Huang be sent flying back by Xiao Yan's punch. He hesitated for a moment before moving. Finally, he appeared beside Kuan Huang. His eyes were cautious and dark as they looked at Xiao Yan. He spoke in a deep voice, "There is something strange about this fellow. We should join hands and quickly finish him off." Kuan Huang hesitated a little after hearing this suggestion. In the end, he clenched his teeth and nodded. After the exchange earlier, he understood that his strength could not match Xiao Yan alone. This had caused him to feel a little stifled. Feng Qing'e and Zhu Feng had somewhat pale expressions as they watched this scene from afar. Their eyes were filled with disbelief as they stared at the golden figure. Dosheng, moreover, he is a Dosheng who is stronger than Elder Kuan Huang. How is this possible? How was it possible that this fellow has been able to improve so much within 2 years? While they were trying their best to surpass Xiao Yan, they had suddenly realized that they were no longer even able to see his back. This was a big blow to the two of them, who were quite proud. Ayo! Two earth-shaking phoenix cries suddenly reverberated around the empty realm. Kuan Huang's and Ying Huang's bodies instantly swelled. They turned into a half-human half-beast form in the blink of an eye. Waves of extremely wild and violent fluctuations shot out of their bodies like mini-storms. They forcefully scattered the chaotic flow within 100,000-foot radius. Ha ha, so what if there are two Doshengs? Today, I shall see just what two Doshengs can do to me. Xiao Yan lifted his head and loudly laughed toward the sky. His laughter was just like thunder. The golden giant stepped through the empty air with an overbearing demeanor. "Young fellow, you are seeking death." Ying Huang's face twitched after hearing Xiao Yan's loudly laugh. He ended up laughing in extreme anger. The two of them had roamed unchallenged over the Dochi continent for many years. Everyone knew of their ferocious reputations. It was unexpected that a young fellow would actually think of stepping on their heads. This was something that their pride could not accept. "Second brother, let's attack together and kill him." Ying Huang extended an arm from his sleeve and formed a sinister dark black eagle claw with it. His claw was 5 feet long and appeared like a sharp longsword. There was a slight curl to it as a frightening force quietly gathered on the edge. Kuan Huang by the side nodded with a gloomy expression after hearing these words. Black vapor surged around him, forming a strange swirl. This was their unique ultimate skill, the devouring spiral. With these swirls protecting their bodies, they would not receive even the slightest damage. It was considered a true absolute defense. Great splitting demon claw. Ying Huang's body moved. A pair of wings that were dozens of feet wide were extended behind him. In a flash, he appeared above Xiao Yan. His large black claw suddenly pressed down. The sharp wind sealed the air around Xiao Yan. After which, he violently grabbed at Xiao Yan's head. Kuan Huang blood stomach. Kuan Huang also unleashed a powerful dove skill while Ying Huang was attacking. Black vapor surged out of his body. It swiftly formed a strange black blob that was a couple thousand feet wide under Xiao Yan. At a glance, it appeared like an enormous stomach. A large hole was opened at the top of the stomach, appearing like a large ferocious mouth that wildly bit at Xiao Yan. It seemed as though the stomach was planning to swallow Xiao Yan. The two of them cooperated in an outstanding fashion the moment they attacked. One struck from above while the other attacked from below. They completely sealed off all of Xiao Yan's escape route. Moreover, their attacks were both lethal. They did not even give Xiao Yan the slightest opportunity to retaliate. The renowned ferocity of the two was completely exposed at this moment. Xiao Yan's eyes swiftly swept over the two of them. He did not appear to panic because of these two well-coordinated attacks from Doshengs. Instead, he extended his hand and suddenly pressed it violently toward the wind claw that was flying above him. Yellow spring finger. The energy within the surrounding space suddenly became wild and violent after the finger was pressed into the air. A huge deep yellow figure appeared from nowhere. After which, the rumbling space was accompanied by a frightening momentum as it violently collided with the claw made of wind. Great Heaven Creation Palm. Xiao Yan did not stop after pressing forward. His right palm suddenly slammed down. An enormous black light spread with lightning-like speed. It surrounded that large black stomach as a powerful suction force erupted and forcefully dragged the stomach in. Bang! The claw wind and the giant black stomach were shattered by Xiao Yan's sharp retaliation. Being the source of the attacks, both Ying Huang and Kuan Huang were implicated. The blood within their bodies churned. The Do skills that this brat has practiced are all Qian class Do skills. Moreover, he has unleashed them with such familiarity. Xiao Yan's immediate retaliation finally caused Kuan Huang's and Ying Huang's expressions to change. Their eyes swiftly swept over the battle between Feng Huang and Yao Ming. Their hearts began to sink after noticing that Feng Huang was at a slight disadvantage. Elder Ming, you should lead the remaining people to finish off that group from the Heaven Phoenix tribe. Xiao Yan spoke in a deep voice after forcing Kuan Huang and Ying Huang back with a finger and a palm. This voice sounded beside the ear of the intermediate Bansheng elder from the 9 serene deep ground python tribe. Elder Ming did not dare to slight the order upon hearing this. The might that Xiao Yan had displayed earlier caused his heart to tremble. Although he was an expert Bansheng, he understood that he would not last 5 exchanges against Xiao Yan if Xiao Yan wished to attack him. Everyone, follow me. Today, we will show the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe the strength of our 9 serene deep ground python tribe. Elder Ming loudly cried out. He took the lead to charge toward the group of experts from the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe. Currently, there was no longer any Bansheng experts present in the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe's lineup. The strongest was Ju Feng, who was at the peak of the Dozan class, but the gap between a peak Dozan and a Bansheng was extremely great. Hence, the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe might have a numerical superiority, but they still ended up being defeated by Elder Ming's ferocious charge. Bastard! How dare you! Deaths had occurred among the experts from the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe after brief contact. Kuan Huang and Ying Huang were immediately furious. However, a figure suddenly appeared in front of them just as they took a step forward. Get lost! Xiao Yan's expression was icy cold as he looked at those two. He spread his palm and the Do Qi within his body began to gather there like a storm. A frightening fluctuation began to rapidly spread. Yellow spring palm. Do Qi spread apart like waves of the ocean. Xiao Yan remained expressionless as his right hand suddenly slammed toward those two. The empty realm began to fluctuate after Xiao Yan's palm came down. His large handprint appeared just like the sky as it gathered above Kuan Huang's and Ying Huang's heads. After which, it was accompanied by a monstrous destructive momentum as it came smashing down. It penetrated through the air, collapsing the air itself an inch at a time. The sonic boom reverberated with a bang. The huge palm came pressing down like a mountain. Kuan Huang's and Ying Huang's expressions became completely grave upon sensing the destructive strength that it contained. Ayo! A loud and clear phoenix cry echoed through the empty realm. Kuan Huang and Ying Huang's bodies both suddenly swelled. In the blink of an eye, they turned into two 10,000-foot large heaven demon phoenix. They flapped their enormous wings and 2,000-foot wide light pillars shot out of their mouths and violently struck that enormous handprint. Boom! That collision was just like two meteorites colliding with each other. That frightening collision force whistled and spread like a tsunami. Suppress them! Xiao Yan's eyes became cold after seeing these two join together to block the yellow spring palm. The clan tattoo slowly surfaced on his brow. His aura also instantly soared. Within a couple of blinks, he had soared from an advanced 1-star Dosheng to the 2nd star of the Dosheng class. This is bad, that brat's aura has suddenly soared. Xiao Yan's transformation was also detected by Kuan Huang and Ying Huang. Their expressions immediately changed. Before they could flee, the enormous handprint above their heads suddenly pressed down. Those 2,000-foot-wide light pillars shattered apart. Die? Xiao Yan's eyes were densely cold. The yellow spring palm came smashing down. It ruthlessly surrounded the enormous bodies of the two fighting. A frightening flame shot out as the seal landed. Hiss! After suffering this terrifying attack, their heaven demon phoenix flesh immediately split apart. Fresh blood came streaming out, continuously erupting from their bodies. Deep explosive sound rippled over their bodies. Half of their dense white bones were even exposed. This firm palm turned the two of them into cripples. The two Grand Elders have actually lost to Xiao Yan. Kun Huang and Ying Huang's miserable defeat was sensed by the Heaven Demon Phoenix Tribe's experts, who were bitterly blocking Elder Ming and the Little Fairy Doctor's group. Their faces turned completely pale. Zhu Feng and Feng Qing revealed stunned eyes. Neither of them had expected Xiao Yang to be this powerful. Seal them. Xiao Yang stepped through the empty realm. He appeared above the heads of Kun Huang and the other elder in a ghost-like fashion. His hands rapidly formed various seals. Finally, two mysterious light pillars shot into the two Heaven Demon Phoenixes' heads. Their bodies rapidly shrank before they returned to their human forms in the blink of an eye. However, there was an additional mysterious symbol on their foreheads. This sealing method could only succeed when the other party was unable to put up any resistance. Xiao Yan's icy-cold eyes shifted to the experts from the Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe after successfully sealing Kun Huang and Ying Huang. Those experts immediately began to shudder after seeing him look over. Even the two Grand Elders together were unable to block this person. What could they do? Flee? Everyone faced each other. A shock rose within their hearts. All of them moved at the same time as they fled in all directions, trying to escape. Xiao Yan coldly laughed after seeing them try to flee. His hand aimed into the distance before it was clenched. That empty space immediately solidified into an invisible cage. With a wave of his sleeve, the cage itself began to rapidly shrink. Those Heaven Demon Phoenix tribe experts were all trapped within an invisible cage that was less than 100 feet in size. They were unable to do anything regardless of how they struggled. Those experts from the 9 Serene Deep Ground Python tribe quietly wiped off their cold sweat upon seeing this overwhelming scene. It was no different for Elder Ming. The strength that Xiao Yang had displayed allowed him to understand the words absolute suppression. Xiao Yang slowly sighed in relief only after sealing Kun Huang and Ying Huang and suppressing Heaven Demon Phoenix experts. He had used all of his strength in order to do this. Fighting two Doshungs alone had exhausted him. If there had been an additional person, even Xiao Yang would have been dragged into a long battle. Xiao Yang rested for a moment after performing all of this. Only then did he lift his head and glance at Feng Huang and Yao Ming's intense battle. He involuntarily laughed before crying out loud, "Feng Huang, both Kun Huang and Ying Huang has been defeated. If you continue fighting, I will kill one person after every 10 counts." What? Feng Huang and Yao Ming, who were in an extremely intense battle, hurriedly turned after hearing Xiao Yang's cold cry. They hurriedly scanned the situation with their eyes. They were a little stunned to see Kun Huang and Ying Huang had been captured by Xiao Yang's hands. At this moment, blood covered their bodies. Their faces were pale and their eyes were shut. No one knew if they were even still alive. How is this possible? Even with Feng Huang's calm demeanor, she could not help but feel a giddiness upon seeing this scene. Her face was filled with disbelief as she muttered. This video will end here.